Do you ever feel exhausted from all of the marketing tips out there? Do you wonder how some guys are blowing up and wonder why you're not? How did they do it? Well, I like to learn from those who have done it. Let's call them the marketing elite. One of those guys is named Russell Brunson. He is the CEO of a company called ClickFunnels, which is a very popular marketing software. Now, he wrote a book called Expert Secrets. And in this book, he said there's two steps to build an audience. Number one, create great content. And number two, endure long enough to get noticed. Now, I know what you're thinking, but creating content is exhausting. And sometimes you feel like nobody even cares. But Russell talks about this when he brings up the beginning of his podcast. He says you need 100 episodes before you're even relevant. So take a look at your podcast. Number one, do you have a podcast? Number two, how many episodes do you have on it? Now, me personally, I have just committed to being consistent with my own podcast. Before I did it just to kind of try things out, but now I want to show people that consistency is the answer. It is better to produce 52 episodes in an entire year, which puts you on a once a week production schedule, than releasing all 52 at once. So, I'm committed to releasing 52 episodes in 2021, which is one time a week. How many episodes are you committed to producing? Now, some of you may think of 52 episodes and think, geez, that's not so bad, especially if I batch work my content. For those who don't know, batch working means doing multiple episodes at once. So, say you have a list of 52 video titles that you would like to produce in a year, and you sit down one day and you knock out 2 or 4 episodes. That's called batching your work. Now, others of you may think 52 episodes, holy cow, that sounds like a lot of commitment. How am I going to do it all? But Russell warns against this mindset. He noticed the people around him and he says the hunger to create the perfect content crippled them. So, don't let perfectionism stop you from getting your episodes out. Build the habit and stay consistent. If you start building this habit, you stay consistent, and you trust the process, then you too will begin your journey in building your online influence. To help guide you through your content journey, here are my top takeaways from Expert Secrets. Number one, if you want people to start listening to you, you have to show up. Now, that term may be very overused in the marketing industry. Show up, show up. I'm starting to get annoyed of it. However, it is very true because that leads us to point number two. You must be publishing or you will never become relevant, right? So, what's the point? You have to start and you have to stay consistent in order to be relevant and build your brand and build your platform. Number three, you must continue publishing to remain relevant, right? You can't just start up and give up because content is a long-term strategy. Your content compounds, right? The more episodes you produce, the longer listening and view time you have on your platforms, the longer that people will engage with you and the more that they start to trust you, which is the point of all this, right? So, number four, a lot of you out there aren't producing enough content to build your influence. This is really important because you need to have a holistic strategy that covers multiple platforms. So take note of your strategy. Are you focusing on the right platforms that you're supposed to be focusing on? Number five, you need to produce long form content once a week. So this is kind of the problem that I solved for my clients with Effortless Engine. They send me a 15-minute recording, and from that, we produce a YouTube video, a podcast episode, a blog post, an email newsletter, and social media highlight videos and graphics. So that way, we're releasing one 15-minute message to their audience every week, which is enough to start building that relationship, giving a lot of value, and we're able to stay consistent and keep up with that schedule. Now, this last takeaway is a special one, so please pay attention because it's very important. He says, improvement products and services sell to the pain. Meanwhile, new opportunities sell away from the pain. I'll repeat that one more time because it's so important. He says, improvement products and services sell to the pain. Meanwhile, new opportunities sell away from the pain. So, obviously, you want your products and services to find people in a pain. They're experiencing a pain, right? And that's why they need a solution, your products and services. So that's where you want to find them in that pain. However, he says the distinction is that improvement products and services are really focusing on that pain and kind of keeping them stuck in that pain and saying, you're just going to get a little bit better. I'll help you improve. Meanwhile, new opportunities are saying, hey, get out of that pain. I have a new thing for you. I have a new opportunity. You can become someone new. So that's getting them out of the pain. So that's where you really want your products and services to focus, right? You want to present someone a new opportunity to become someone new because that is more exciting. That is going to get them out of feeling so much pain. So you don't want to be associated with that pain, right? You want to be associated with getting people out of that pain. So that's very foundational for your entire content strategy. Are your products and services selling away from pain and creating new opportunities so people can experience a transformation, right? Because that's the whole point of all this. You're their guide to help them transform into something new. So that's the biggest takeaway from Expert Secrets by Russell Brunson. Now, there you have it. That's the show. Thank you so much for listening. And if you have the time, I'd recommend that you read Expert Secrets yourself. There was a lot of great information in there, but those are my top takeaways. And if you would like to discuss your own content marketing strategy for your platform, please visit effortlessengine.com. You can check out our content marketing packages and services and see if it's something that interests you. If you would like to talk with me personally, please book a complimentary 20-minute consultation with me. I'm happy to jump on a Zoom call with you to do so. We'll help you power your content without any of the effort. So, what are you waiting for? The world is waiting to join your journey.